Welcome back, friends of the feather. We're at the dreaded number 2 Auburn here in Peacocksville.
No positions in American sports feel some pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Auburn Tigers, Jordan-Hare Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, a team ready to put on a show. Taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Auburn Tigers. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the
Little war eagle right in my mouth.
Yes,
no.
We do use that term loosely. David Pollock from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Auburn will kick off to get us underway. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sunday.
Yeah, these guys can both stress at defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent. Both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks. David, this one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names. You know, brand versus brand. Big-time baller versus big-time baller. Trying to come out on top. Yes, defenses, I feel bad for them. That's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Man, what a matchup. The stakes are really high. Both teams in the top 10 playoff positioning. All the things that go with a midseason showdown, guys.
And these are just fun for us because we got a little bit more juice, too, because both teams in playoff contention, both teams high aspirations.
Yeah, not a good pass. Not a good start.
And it's been fun because these two teams seem to be revving up right at the right moment. They've gotten better and better as the weeks have progressed, and now we've got this major clash, head-to-head in front of the entire country, all eyes watching.
Hunt is in the air. No return coming here. Fair catch is signaled for and made just shy of the 30. The Tigers offense has the ball for the first time. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game is the ball never touched the ground, David. It was amazing. And it wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open.
And that ball's on the ground behind the line. And the fumble goes out of bounds, and they'll lose a few on that play.
Ooh, offense really lucky there. Ball.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. They're dealing with a second and long. Quarterback keeps it. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. Let's talk for a second about Auburn. When you break into the top 5 halfway through the season, been flying under the radar, and that is no longer an option. You want to see if this team can stay focused with all the attention they're getting.
And that's what's pretty cool about their season. Like, they're starting to get respect. They've started to earn that. I think we just got to realize, Palmer, halfway through the season, you don't get any trophies.
Just got smoked on that corner.
A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. Auburn lines up quickly.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up the first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15.
And after having a nice game like that on first down, for the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and taking a shot. Because even if it's incomplete on second down, on third, you won't have that long to go.
Hard running there. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. The Tigers will try to put one on the board on first and goal.
So much for where the hell was that conservative option?
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays and closed the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And the offense takes over to dip into its bag of ball plays. They'll give it to the back. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. He's moving out of the pocket. Complete to the right. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Hauls it in.
Hemingway.
The quick passing game does several things. One, it doesn't let the pass rush get you. Those great defensive linemen, the ball's coming out so fast they can't get there. And then what else? It gets me ahead of the sticks. I don't have to worry about getting in long yardage and predictable situations.
They make the stop, but there's
Naturally.
a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Illegal blocking.
So that penalty is going to cost them the first down as they back up, and now it's 2nd down. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Back to pass. Finds his big tight end.
Stubbington.
Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37. On 1st and 10 from the 38. Looking downfield on first down. He'll pull it down and run. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line. Down to the 26-yard line and a first down. Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to go up top on first down. Swings it out to his running back. Powers through. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs. And
Look like my defense out there.
New center
Running right by.
right on the doorstep for this offense. They'll run it on 1st and goal. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it.
You're going to have to run the ball better than this, boys.
And wow, the defense was in there quick, fast, and in a hurry and shoved that run game down. Like, they were ready for that. 2nd down now. A little more space for the offense, backed up, a little more room to operate and try to maybe find some...
There's a little kid there.
Backed up in the shadow.
Black zone inside your own 20 coming out. It's difficult. You can get safety, you get worried about that. But the offense puts
Little
great
Timmy
job.
Claus.
Great job
Making a
executing.
list.
Great job getting it
Chucking it twist. Checking it twist.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And the extra point is good. So a drive there of 85 yards. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. will just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
To throw, it's Winston. Sets up the screen. Breaks into the open. Brought down at the 47, but not before he ripped off 15. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush, hit him with the screen, and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field to get to the quarterback because everything looks like pass down the field. Let those guys get up the field, throw it right behind him. He does a little bit of the rest, making some moves, getting upfield, making the big play.
And the Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Wants to throw again. Caught in the backfield, it's Allen. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
Throws to the wideout.
That was open.
Going to be incomplete on 3rd down.
Great job by the defense there. They weren't surprised by that play call there on 3rd and short. They were expecting pass. They took everything away and forced the incompletion.
Needs it to keep this.
Yeah, dude.
He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
A little Long Island ice tea.
To the air on 1st down. Buying some time. Fires to the wideout. Can't hold on. He had it.
What? That's damn near a fumble.
Non-name receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Oh, this crowd wants it. They want to roll Toomer's corner, but right now they want to stop on 3rd down. Got his man on the right. Oh, he's got some space. Working their way closer and closer. A 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. Last completion got them a 1st down. Let's see what they do now. That was a really well-run route on the curl to pick up the 1st down.
Yeah, and it's a nice job, too, by the receiver, getting his depth and then finding space in between the defenders, giving his quarterback a nice toss.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. From the gun, running back on the move. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with a 1st down.
Little Jimmy
Able
left.
to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground. He gets north fast.
Holds and fires complete to the right. And that had all the makings of the bug meat windshield. But how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the 2nd. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Gets it to him on the screen. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
Those screen plays, you really want to sell it, get it to your running back, and get him to the 2nd level. Get him running full head of steam on a safety, on a linebacker. He almost got going, but just got tackled before he could really do anything.
There's a little little back-to-back screen passes and the PK touchdown.
He'll try to tack on one more. 13-7 lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, you could make a good case. This is the game of the week in the Big 12. The home team is within striking distance, but time is not on their side. Time to see if they can solve this riddle. The away team has a slight lead. They play a fun brand of football. Let's see if they can close this one out. They're trailing by just 4 to Oklahoma State. We'll keep you updated as this one goes forward, as this could shake up the Big 12 race significantly.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Power football with the run. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Makes the grab. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
Well, they execute the in route. How about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
The play action fake. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And you must do that against a guy of this caliber. This kind of QB will absolutely pick you apart. You got to get hurries, you got to get pressures, and when you can get hits and make him feel the physicality of the game, maybe you can take that guy and knock him down a few notches.
Well, it was a good throw, it was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
It'll be 3rd and long. Wants to keep it in the air.
There we go, dude. Long Island Ice Tim, have yourself a game.
Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Gets his first one of the day away, and that matches his total from that victory last week. And the returner will be brought down. So, guys, we'll see this offense again. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. The give on the inside. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So then getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. This Auburn crowd trying to conjure up a little magic here on 3rd down. To the ground to try to...
Yeah, that did not look promising at all.
That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field.
Are we allowed to audible, like knowing we're out, man? Ruling, please.
He'll aim it toward the sideline to try to make it tough on the return team. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then...
Turning it on!
Where the fuck was that guy covering the flats?
Sophomore so dangerous after he makes the grab.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Working working well behind the sticks on second down. Dropping back, it's Winston. Makes the grab. Breaks the tackle.
And a nice job finding my wide receiver. And then how about the wide receiver turning into a running back, getting upfield, getting some positive yards, and getting the first down.
The Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Gives it on the option. Runs.
Come on. 2 fucking missed tackles. 2 plays.
From the 17. The Tigers are moving quickly down
Frustrating.
rides the back and leaves it. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
Trying play action. Looking down the middle.
Well, that was open.
Touchdown, Tiger. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get
Well,
into the end zone.
that was dog shit.
Boy, here we'll tie
Missed
the game.
tackle after missed fucking tackle.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Here comes the offense back onto the field. Looking to throw on 1st down. On the run, fires downfield.
Late.
Incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder, but the snapping the football, everybody being on time, man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Misses again. It's incomplete, and that's 3 in a row. And here comes the punt team. Hand goes into the air for the fair catch, and the catch is made around the 40. So here comes the Auburn offense. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. And they've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up. Guys, let's chat a little big picture Auburn. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top 2 teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these 2 teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference.
God damn it!
Relishing this opportunity to show not only their opponent, but the rest of the conference who the top dog is.
We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10. Looking to pass. It's Winston. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. There he goes. Inside the 15, out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score. All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's 1st down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Pulls and fires complete. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Off the play fake. Lets it go to the end zone. And he was going for the touchdown there, and they couldn't make the connection. Seventh play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Snagged in the middle, it's Freeman. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Trying to keep the drive alive.
Don't let him get it. Defense, there we go.
Rising up and stopping him short on 4th down. This noise is deafening, trying to keep this offense from being able to operate. Out of the backfield, he's open. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the 1st down.
Get it out on the screen. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be 1st down. Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Fight that rush up the field. Take advantage of the aggressiveness of the defense. Make the catch, make the run, get the 1st down.
From the gun, to give, looking for room. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Oh, they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go. Looking to fire. Pocket breaking down. Complete to the
Stuffington.
Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance. They'll snap it on 1st down from the 35. Wants to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. He'll throw it. And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew it, but I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better.
Oh, Timmy Claus.
He tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You got a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise.
Oh,
And he
Moby kick!
just inside the left upright.
Sneaky.
And they've regained the lead.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? They'll go to the ground. Got the 1st down and more. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Looking to throw, it's Winton. Got it in the middle, it's Allen. Good pickup there. They'll move the chains, and they're set.
Of course, they're going to kick a 50-yard fucking field
Got
goal.
a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And in the waning opening seconds of the first half, they'll try to put up 3 before going to the break.
Just a 60-yard field goal. Oh, right down my fucking throat.
He nails a 58-yard field goal. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors.
That's what I give up for giving fucking 25 yards on the first run.
Everything there on the plains.
Frustrated.
This has just been a passing clinic, really, by both offenses. They've effectively stretched these defenses, forcing the secondaries to cover every blade of grass, and they've still racked up big plays. Man or zone, pick your poisons, or place some blame at the feet of those pass rushers who can't do anything against the maulers on that offensive line. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Pat Dye Field in Jordan-Hare.
About to kick it away again as we are tied up in the third quarter. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're like, breaks into the open. Past the 6, and he may get more. And what moves this guy has. The juice, the wiggle, the squirts just went right past him and picked up the first down. Wide receiver going in motion. Gives it on the option. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
Trapped in the backfield. It's Auburn. They knock him down, but not before he picks up a first down for Auburn. This drive's been productive so far. Already picked up a couple of first downs, now out close to midfield. The give on the options. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Looking for room. It's Allen. Had to work to pick up 3 down to the 33-yard line.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Yeah, this is simple pitch and catch. Quarterback and wide receiver have done this 4 million times in the offseason. He catches, waits for him to take a couple steps, boom, fires it right on his chest. They can complete this probably with their eyes closed. They've ran this route so many times together.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that play.
Dropping back, it's Winton. Unloads to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
All right, that's a good result for the defense. We knew coming into this year they wanted to really improve their pass defense and their secondary and coverage. Nice job there.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And it's incomplete as he tried to thread that
Got lucky there.
back corner of the end zone. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. After making 1 field goal, he'll need a little distance on. This one a 40-yard try coming. Never a doubt. And with that field goal, they now have the lead.
so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Now this offense is back on the field. They'll run the counter. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved. And I'm on defense.
Well, let's see if they fall for a screen again.
The message with the communication that it can really rattle an offense.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Setting up the screen. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. The punt team makes its way onto the field. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Makes the catch at the 35. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake.
Come on.
Maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
Good completion on the out. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39. They'll put it in play from the 40 on 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Winton. And with the completion out to the sideline, they'll pick up a couple.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
Second down, he'll throw it. Now facing a 3rd and long. They'll send the back in motion. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. He gets inside the 40 to the 39, but he is still well short of that first down marker. It'll be 4th down. So they're going to send out the field goal unit to try a long one. He says he's got a big leg. He's going to have to throw it from 56 yards out. Oh, the attempt is no good. Guys, a missed opportunity there. The lead is still 3. They missed that 56-yard field goal, and now they'll pay for it by giving up good field position at the 39. Use the play fake. Now to throw. He's taking the shot.
Oh, no.
Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell it extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out.
Thanks, get going.
Going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Oh, this crowd wants it. They want to roll Toomer's corner, but right now they want to... Oh, he's got some space. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
Might as well run him until they stop.
Why is that guy not blocked?
He has had a long day at the office, not to mention the backfield, as the defense has been all over him. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Makes the tackle at the 31. It's a pickup of 5 on the play. Ball at the 31. Third and short. Coming defense trying to rise up. Buys a little time with his feet. He got on the move trying to make
Fucking kidding me?
but just couldn't find a man. And they'll send out the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head.
Nope.
Oh, that one will leave a mark.
Not as much power, and that would have been in.
And after the miss, they're still down by a field goal. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. Handoff to the lone back. Smashes through the tackle. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. Some penalties hurt a little bit more or a lot more than other ones. That one wipes out a huge game. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this.
Fourth quarter, let's go.
And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Leaves it with the back.
Well, yeah, just running people over. That makes sense.
There he goes.
Fuck!
Off to the races to the right. Touchdown, Auburn! Excellent pass by the back on the option.
I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that. And he can go that far to the house, create big
Fucking
plays,
dog shit.
Shows you a little bit of vision, shows you a little bit of burners. When he kicked it in gear, he got the long touchdown.
And he's coming out of the end zone. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll go back to work on offense. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. The give to the tailback. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Plows through the defense. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. It's complete to the left.
And this offense is going to have to come up clutch, man. Like, late in the football game, you are trailing. This is why you get paid the big bucks. This is why the quarterback is the glamour position. Like, you've got to trust him. He's got to come through. They got to put a few drives together here to get back in this football game.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set is able to rip off that one for a first down.
They'll give it to him again. Got enough for the first. He's got 50 yards rushing so far in this one, and he's closing in on 1,200 for the season. Lining up from the 34 on first down. Hand off from the shotgun. Fights off the defender. He rumbles ahead for 6 inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. When they've got him looking run, now to pass. Makes the grab. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Inside the 15, 1st and 10 from the 14.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield and he moves the 6.
And another nice game by the offense. All right, defense. We got to change something up here. They're putting a big drive together, play after play, having a lot of success. How do we break the rhythm? How do we give them something that can create a tackle for a loss or a sack or something to get momentum back on my side?
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off. And really good vision there.
Terrible
Just getting
fucking
ahead
plays.
of them, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find spots.
They're going to run it. And he'll
Stimula!
that trip to the end zone.
Big drive there, Timmy Claus.
Touchdown.
Man, he's been productive. Just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run. They're
Let's go, D. Need a stop or two.
This guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So here comes the Auburn offense. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Off-play action on first down. Quickly out to the tight end.
Out.
And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turn. Backed up now, here's second and long. On the run, it's Allen. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been
All right, let's go, D.
And that
This
was
is where
a
we've
big time
fucked up
stop
lately.
defensively. Being physical, creating a negative play on that last run. Now you're setting up third down. This is the critical time. You've got to find a way to get off the field. You're trailing late in the game.
Hey, they didn't break the tackle at 6.
They'll mark him out.
There we go, boys.
About the 29-yard line. Auburn sends out the punting unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stops, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Looking downfield on first down.
Nice catch, Timuli.
They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Got it done in the passing game on the last play. Let's see what they do on first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Unloads it left. Got his man. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The inside handoff. Trying to impose their will on the ground as he stopped after a 5-yard pickup to the 33.
I know that wasn't a huge, sexy gain. I know not everybody's jumping up and down, but what it does do is put you in a great position to succeed on second down. Second and 10, really hard. Third and 10, really hard. Now you're in a manageable situation. It really gives you the whole playbook.
It's caught. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down.
Didn't see that guy. Jesus.
And they pick up just a few on that completion. Now on second down. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Turning it on. Give him 88 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. And
But pucker time.
the essence for this offense to get things done. So the opportunity with a touchdown here to take a fourth-quarter lead. Looking to throw on first down. Zings it complete to the right. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. These fans raising the volume on second and goal. Back to pass.
Oh, of course.
Defenders around on that screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. On third and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. Right on the money.
Wow, that is a big field goal.
Good job of coverage by that defense.
Should have probably just handed it off.
big decision now for the head coach with 4th down close to the goal line. You're down by 3. It's the 4th quarter. Do you take advantage of this field position and go for the knockout blow, try to take the lead? I would play it safe here. Count on my defense to get me the football back and give me a chance to win.
The timeout stops the clock with 10 seconds to play.
Well, here we go, Moby Kick.
So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. The timeout stops the clock with 10 seconds to play. This game will come down to this, a field goal try to save them. At this point in the game, and this crowd knows this is a huge field goal attempt.
Did I shank that?